Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name is Boy Walden and welcome to this inbox review, which is going to be of the brand spanking new tool by Revell, and it is going to be a whopping 1/32 scale Hawker Hurricane Mark IIB. Quite exciting, especially if you are a 1/32 scale lover, because there's been some kind of crappy old ones beforehand, so it's nice to see that this is a brand new tool, very recently released. So let's just get this open and let's just check out the plastic and everything that we get in here. Right, so oh, by the way, yes, very nice box art as well going on with that. It does actually say it measures, wingspan is about 30 centimeters if you wanted to know that one. So let's put the instructions out the way, get some of these pieces out the way. Actually, we'll start off with the good old fuselage in the wing section. Let's have a look at this surface detail. Right, pretty much sort of all nicely separately bagged as well. But let's just jump onto our fuselage here. Nice big fuselage. Get you right in on the action, and straight away, yes, we've got a nice new tool. Look, feeling very crisp. Recess panel line, we've got like nuts and bolts and stuff going on here. Yes, we're seeing that sort of iconic kind of rib work, fabric work that's going on as you get with the Harriers. Looking very crisp, no flash as what you would expect a new build. Okay, we do have ejector pin marks on the inside. I mean, is that rib work, or are we going to build up an actual cockpit section there? We'll find out soon enough. Let's put that out the way as well. Wing section. All right, I do believe this is it the top? What's going on here? Oh no, this is the bottom. Okay, this is the bottom of the wing section. I mean, for its scale, I mean, it's not like your typical sort of Edard where they put like recessed rivets absolutely everywhere. It's just very crisp, nice detail. Even got like raised rivets where they are due as well, which is quite nice to see. In fact, it looks like they have the top wing and the bottom wing right on one sprue for one side, and then again for this side. A little bit different, but hey ho. Second half of our fuselage section, a little bit more sort of detail with panels and stuff on there. Hopefully you can see, looking quite impressive actually so far. Very crisp and neat, which is what I'm liking. Got another little bag just here. We'll just open this up and see what we have in this one. Yes, looks like we've got some nose cones and air intakes and a few little bits and bobs like that. Hopefully you could sort of see the mesh detail just inside these air intake areas. A bit more of the surface detail going on there. Yep, not much on that one. Moving along, we have a nice big propeller. Really big piece of flash straight away, but it's actually not on the piece itself, so that's okay. Okay, we are seeing a bit of a shame here. We've got our wheel well doors. As you can see, big ass ejector pin marks right there. Possibly something you're going to want to take care of. A little bit of a shame to see, you know, a modern day new toolkit having ejector pin marks in the wrong places, but there you go. I suppose really with this kit, it is 1/32 scale, and it does come in at around about the £48.99 mark. Not exactly expensive, not exactly cheap. I mean, you know, I mean, we have like Tamiya do like 1/32 scale Spitfires and Mustangs and stuff, and they're like £100, so it is on the cheaper end. But I suppose you are kind of getting what you pay for it. Bit of detail on the outside of our wheel well doors there, and we've got our landing gear here as well. Flash to a minimum. Let's see if we've got any ejector pin mark. Yes, and typical Revell, we've still got ejector pin marks actually on the landing gear, so that is going to be a potential little bit of an issue. I mean, ejector pin marks, you'd have hoped that by now we wouldn't be seeing them come about anymore, but they are, and they they're not that bad to get rid of. They're just a bit annoying, and sometimes that can be in places that are really hard to sort of sort out. But back to some more of our surface detail just here. As you can see, a bit of the underside. Looks like we're going to be kind of building the underside into lots of different pieces, looking at this bit of fuselage bit here and what looks like to be the wing section as well. Hopefully that isn't going to be an issue. But again, surface detail looking all nice and crisp. Oh, we've got some landing gear detail here, a bit of the walls in there. We've seen sort of really nice detail going on. Hopefully as you can see there, with all those kind of raised rivets and stuff. A little bit of pipes going on there as well. Flip this over. Checking the ejector pin marks, not bad on that one, nothing to worry about. Then we come to our sort of our final sprue just here, which is hopefully where we're going to see our instrument display panels. So taking a look at that, really does look like a really well detailed instrument display panel. Hopefully you can see there, looks like a bit more sort of cockpit detail going in and around. Yes, you've got that. With these Hurricanes, you have all that kind of rib work kind of going on the inside, which will be quite cool to do up. Again, another ejector pin mark right there. Just flipping through, we've got our engine exhaust, which do look like we've got a couple of different versions to go with that, which is kind of cool to see that. Other than that, we've got a little bit of, is that a bit of engine detail maybe there, but I'm not seeing much else of it. Or maybe it's the intakes or something like that. But yeah, I mean, not looking too bad so far. Crisp detail. Ejector pin marks a bit, but you know, looks like it's going to be a nice Hurricane. Let's have a look at our clear parts. I'll just lift them up to the light just to see if there's any sort of nasties going on there. No cobweb effects there. As you can see, looking quite nice and shiny. Might have seen just a little bit of a slight scuff from packaging in the box, but you can buff them out quite nicely. So yeah, good clear parts. So moving on to the decals, we have, I do believe these are printed by Cartograph, printed in Italy. Kind of like a nice matte finish and looking really good, very much in registry. Colours look good. Small writing is, you know, you can sort of read it, right? Interestingly, we do have the instrument display panel in decal form if you want to go down that route. So those decals, you should have no problems with them. Nice typical Revell instructions of the Hurricane. No real sort of description by the looks of it. We've got a bit of colour going on, sort of okay quality paper. Got all our colour call outs just here. Then it shows all the sprues, so we'll just quickly get past that. Yes, typical. Let's start off with the building the actual cockpit area, which does look like it's going to be relatively easy to do. Pretty easy to sort of follow these instructions. You kind of build up this big frame of the cockpit area, and you just drop everything else in. Shouldn't be that hard to do by the looks of it. Yes, you know, it isn't going to cover up this area here. If you remember, there was ejector pin marks there, right? Yeah, you're probably going to want to take care of them because they're going to be a bit of an eyesore. And then pretty much you do bring your two fuselage halves together. A bit of the engine cowl just here, just make sure you kind of get that nicely test fitted so you can have it fit in nicely. Then we have the whole, this bit's a little bit interesting, a little bit different to most World War II type builds, is we have the landing gear section here and it kind of builds up, seems pretty simple. But you've got that sort of base area which is actually part of the fuselage. So when you bring the wing sections together, which you'll see on this page, it's bringing three pieces of the wing section together. Now if you build any kind of typical World War II type fighter, that is normally just one piece, right? In fact, they've put it into four if you kind of count the fact that we've got the two left and right wing, the center part of the fuselage, but then there's also, wherever it's gone, that bit there as well, which normally if you look at a lot of World War II fighters, that is just one piece. So that's going to overcomplicate it. You're going to make sure it fits nicely. You know, potential to be seeing those join lines, so it's a little bit more trickier to kind of take care of. Not built it so it might actually fit absolutely perfectly, but you generally sort of have some problems there. Other than that, it's going to be a typical sort of World War II type fighter, bringing your wing sections together, your two fuselage halves together, and then you just bring those wings and fuselage halves together, and you pretty much kind of built the model. Looking at it as well, it does look like we can have all sorts of like ailerons and you know, tail section, having them in different positions, which is rather nice. Moving along, the landing gear, does it show you landing gear up or down? It does show you can have it down, but normally you can just like put them down. It's kind of fairly easy. Again, movable sort of, oh, and the flaps can also be in different positions as well, which is nice. Just quickly go through canopy, open, closed, all that kind of cool stuff. Then we have two sets of markings, which we have yeah, atypical. We got number 7-9 squadron just here with that gorgeous what is it, the brown and the green with the duck egg on the underside. Do love that paint scheme. Then we have the all black sort of night fighter type, which is the 253 squadron, and that is basically it. So all in all, I mean, it's 1/32 scale, so yes, you're going to pay a little bit more, so just under £50 I suppose isn't too bad. It's a nice new tool, so hopefully it should go together rather nice. The surface detail looks very crisp and nice and smooth. Should have a gorgeous time with the surface detail. Again, I know I've said it several times, but yes, there is a fair bit of ejector pin marks on this kit, which you're going to probably want to take care of. I mean, try and hide them or something along those lines, but there is a fair bit, which is a bit disappointing for a brand new tool. Other than that, do you know what, it's a big thumbs up, and I actually wouldn't mind building one of these myself. I do have the Tamiya 1/32 scale Spitfire, so to have a Hurricane next to that would be rather cool. So yeah, big thumbs up. But apart from that, as always, until the next time, my name is Bobby Waldron, this is Genesis Models. I hope you've enjoyed.